Have you ever been in a spot where you just, well, really needed a hand? Maybe it was something major, maybe just something small.
Hmm. Or perhaps, you felt that powerful pull to reach out and give back, to lend support to someone else.
It's such a fundamental part of the human experience, isn't it? This kind of intricate dance between needing support sometimes and, well, having the desire to offer it to others.
Absolutely. And that universal experience is exactly what we're doing a deep dive into today.
Yeah, we're dedicating our time together to exploring the many, many facets of helping other people.
And we've been looking at some really compelling information that explores, the specific language we use when we talk about this.
Right. And the situations where people find themselves needing support.
Yeah, and the countless ways we can lend a hand, and maybe most profoundly, the deep, sometimes unexpected impact that helping has.
Not just on the person being helped, but
Also on the person doing the helping, remarkably.
exactly. And to help us navigate this, we're going to frame a good chunk of our discussion through a really specific, kind of vivid scenario. It's a dialogue taking place right in a soup kitchen.
Okay. So this scene gives us a tangible anchor point, a specific moment to really unpack the words, the emotions.
Yeah, the deeper meaning behind acts of kindness and support. Our mission here is really to pull out the core knowledge, maybe some surprising insights from all this information for you.
So imagine stepping into that setting with us. Let's try and bring it to life a bit.
Okay, let's set the scene then. We find ourselves in a soup kitchen, and the material gives us a pretty clear definition.
Got it.
It's a place where volunteers, people just generously offering their time and effort, they come together to cook and serve food.
And this food isn't sold.
No, completely free, and it's specifically for people who lack the financial means, the resources to feed themselves reliably.
So at its core, it's about addressing a really fundamental human need, food, sustenance for those who can't provide it themselves because of money issues.
A very direct, tangible form of help. And in this scene, we meet two people, Mark and Judy. Mark is thanking Judy, who seems to help out there a lot.
Okay.
He says to her, "Thanks a lot for pitching in once again, Judy."
Pitching in. That phrase is highlighted, isn't it?
Yes, it is. Described as very common, sort of colloquial.
And it just means helping, contributing effort.
Exactly. It's something you hear all the time. Like, maybe you're swamped with a project, right? You might ask someone, "Hey, can you pitch in a little?"
Meaning, can you help me out?
Precisely. And Judy's actions here, volunteering her time and her skills as a chef, which is key, that's presented as a perfect example of pitching in.
Right. She's not just showing up, she's actively offering her valuable help, her expertise.
And the dialogue gives us a really nice glimpse into how she feels about it, her perspective.
What does she say?
She says she's more than happy to donate her time and skills. She finds it really rewarding and satisfying.
Rewarding and satisfying.
Yeah, and she feels she's really making a difference in some small way.
What's interesting there, right from the start, is this focus on the helper's feelings. Reward, satisfaction, making a difference.
It's not just about the recipient.
Exactly. That internal reward for the giver is right there, front and center. It's a really key point.
It sets up that theme of the dual benefit of helping, but then the scene takes a bit of a turn, doesn't it? Adds a layer of, well...
Human complexity. I mean, George.
Yeah, George shows up. And the material points out something pretty striking about him.
He's not actually there because he needs the food, is he?
No. Turns out he's Judy's ex-husband, and apparently he's just there because he misses her cooking.
Right. Which adds this, unexpected personal drama, maybe even a touch of dark humor in a place meant for serious need.
It does. And the material really uses this appearance of George to underscore who the soup kitchen is truly for.
Those facing genuine hardship.
Right. George, in his situation, wanting, comfort food from his ex, is such a stark contrast to the people the service is designed to help.
It really highlights the specific, critical purpose of a place like that, aimed at people facing fundamental difficulties. It draws a clear line between needing help and, wanting something else entirely.
And that distinction leads us right into understanding who needs help and the language we use to talk about those often difficult situations.
Okay, so Mark, in the dialogue, he makes an observation about why people are coming there.
Yes, he notes there are more and more people who are struggling to make ends meet.
Oh, struggling to make ends meet. That's a really key phrase, isn't it, when you hear a lot when talking about money troubles?
Definitely. The material unpacks it. It gives this analogy like, think of a piece of string.
Okay.
To make a loop, you need to connect the ends, right? So the analogy is connecting your income the money coming in, with your necessary expenses, the money going out for essentials.
Got it. So if you're struggling to make ends meet, you're finding it hard to connect those two ends. Your income isn't quite covering your basic costs.
Exactly. It paints a picture of serious fundamental financial difficulty. You're finding it a struggle to earn enough just for the absolute necessities.
And the material is clear this isn't about affording luxuries like a fancy holiday or the latest phone.
No, not at all. It's specifically about being unable to cover the essentials. Housing, heat, lights, basic bills, and crucially, food.
So can't make ends meet means you're spending more than you earn just on survival basics.
Right. And the flip side, being able to make ends meet, suggests you have enough, maybe from a decent job, to cover those basics without constant worry.
So struggling really emphasizes the difficulty, the insecurity at that fundamental level.
And Mark connects this idea to another phrase. He says, the people coming in have fallen on hard times.
Fallen on hard times, right? Another common one. The material defines this as being in a difficult situation, often, maybe mostly, financial.
The imagery is quite strong, isn't it? Like falling from a comfortable place to somewhere harder, lower.
That's exactly the feeling. It suggests a reversal of fortune. Maybe someone was doing okay, stable, and then something happened.
What kind of things does the material say this could mean?
Well, it could mean not having much money, obviously, losing the ability to support yourself, maybe going bankrupt, or losing your job. It signifies a significant downturn, encountering severe difficulties that really disrupt life.
So it's maybe a bit broader than struggling to make ends meet, but often includes that financial struggle.
Yeah, I think that's a good way to put it. It describes the difficult situation overall.
Okay, so we're seeing the language used to describe need. The material also talks about different terms for people needing help and the nuances there.
Right. It mentions that just saying poor people can sometimes sound a bit harsh or judgmental.
So it suggests alternatives.
Yes, one suggestion is less fortunate. It's framed as perhaps a more polite term.
Less fortunate. How does that work?
Well, it frames the situation less as a personal failing and more as circumstance not having the resources or advantages others have. It ties into fortunate, meaning lucky.
So less fortunate means having had less luck, less good fortune, especially materially or financially.
Exactly. Like the example given, we often try to help the less fortunate. It just sounds a bit softer, maybe more respectful of the situation.
Okay. What other terms come up?
Needy.
Needy. Comes from need, obviously.
So someone described as needy is someone who has needs, usually basic things like money, help, food, shelter. That fits the soup kitchen context perfectly.
But I sense a but coming.
Yes, there's a crucial distinction the material makes. Needy can have a second, very different meaning.
Oh, what's that?
It can also describe someone who needs a lot of attention, validation, or emotional support, often in a way that's seen as excessive or maybe even annoying.
Like someone constantly demanding attention. Look at me, look at me.
Exactly like that example. So it's really important to understand the context. Is someone needy because they lack basic necessities, or are they needy in that emotional attention-seeking sense?
That's a really valuable point. The same word, two very different implications. One about survival, one about emotional demands.
It really shows how careful we need to be with language around these sensitive areas.
And finally, in this section, there's a specific group mentioned often needing help. People who are homeless.
Homeless. Pretty direct. Literally without a home, a permanent place to live.
And this group, as noted, is often helped by soup kitchens and shelters. They might be living on the streets in precarious situations.
Especially vulnerable in bad weather like cold winters. And the material brings up George again here.
Right. To clarify, he was not homeless, which reinforces that the soup kitchen often serves people facing that very severe hardship.
Yeah, it makes it clear that the other people in that scene likely did include individuals experiencing homelessness, highlighting a critical need these services address.
Okay. So we've looked at the situations: struggling, hard times, less fortunate, needy, homeless, and the language. Now let's shift focus a bit. Let's talk about the act of giving, the generosity behind it.
Okay, back to Judy in the soup kitchen. Mark calls her generous.
Yes. And generous is defined simply as an adjective for someone who likes to help or give freely.
Money, time, resources.
Exactly. It can be money, but just as importantly, time, effort, skills. Even an effort itself can be called generous.
And the material gives some big examples, doesn't it,
No.
to show the range.
It does. Mother Teresa, known for dedicating her life to the poor, and then someone like Warren Buffett, known for pledging vast amounts of money.
So completely different ways of being generous. One through action and time, the other through wealth.
But the core is the same, a willingness to give what you have to help others.
And this generosity, this pitching in, often aims for a particular outcome. Judy said she felt she was making a difference.
Ah, yes, making a difference. Another really common phrase the material dives into. Used a lot to describe doing good things for others.
Does it have a precise definition?
The material says it's not always super clearly defined, but generally it means taking positive action that results in a beneficial impact, improving something or someone's situation.
It applies broadly.
Very broadly. The examples are diverse. Celebrities using fame and money for causes, people volunteering at shelters like Judy, even things like recycling for the environment.
So it's not about the scale necessarily, it's about the positive impact.
Exactly. Leaving something or someone better off than before, contributing positively.
Okay, so we've covered the need, the language, the giving, the goal of making a difference. Let's maybe broaden out now beyond just the soup kitchen and really look at why helping matters so much. What are the benefits?
Right. The material shifts to these broader principles. It defines helping generally as giving time, energy, resources to support someone in need.
And it stresses it can be big or small.
Yeah, big, like regular hospital volunteering, or small, like helping a friend with homework. Both count.
And crucially, it's not always about money. That's a point worth repeating.
Absolutely. Helping can be as simple as a kind word, a smile, or maybe most valuable, just listening when someone needs to talk. These non-financial acts are vital.
That's such a powerful reminder. Kindness and presence are forms of helping, and the material also offers that grounding perspective.
Everyone needs help sometimes.
Yeah, it's not weakness, it's just human. We're givers sometimes, receivers other times.
It normalizes needing support. We're all interconnected in this web of, well, needing each other now and then.
So given that, why is helping so important? The material lists several key reasons.
Okay, what's the first one?
It makes people happy. Simple as that. It brings positive feelings, not just to the person getting help, but also to the person giving the help.
You know, that makes sense. That warmth you feel, both when you receive kindness and when you offer it. It's like a shared positive buzz.
Exactly. Second, helping build strong relationships.
How so?
Well, when you offer support and care, it builds trust. It shows you're willing to be there for someone. It deepens friendships, creates reliability, moves things beyond just superficial chat, creates real bonds.
Right. Third, on a bigger scale, helping makes the world a better place.
Okay. How does that work?
The idea is that when people in a community support each other, the whole community gets stronger, more harmonious. A society that values helping is described as having more kindness, respect, love.
So individual acts ripple outwards, creating a better collective environment.
That's the idea. Fourth, helping teaches us things. It's a powerful teacher.
What do we learn?
We learn patience, understanding, especially when dealing with tricky situations or different views. We learn to be more caring, developing empathy.
That's a huge internal benefit for the helper, isn't it? Seeing other struggles can deepen our own empathy and maybe make us more grateful too.
For sure. It's real personal and emotional growth. And fifth, there's this idea that helping can create a positive return. It talks about a cycle of goodness.
A cycle of goodness. Explain that.
Okay, so the idea is you help someone. They might not help you back directly, but maybe they feel inspired and help someone else. And that person helps another.
Ah, like paying it forward. A chain reaction of kindness.
Exactly. It creates this flow of goodwill. And the implication is, within that cycle, the kindness you put out can eventually circle back to you when you need it, maybe from unexpected places.
That's a really powerful thought. Our positive actions aren't isolated. They can trigger more positivity.
Okay, so we've got the why, compelling reasons for helping. Let's bring it down to earth now. How can we actually do this in our daily lives? What are the practical ways?
Right, back to the idea that it's not just about money. It's time, effort, kind words, presence. These create that positive environment.
And often it starts close to home, helping family.
Yeah, the family is usually our first closest group. Helping at home makes it a happier, more supportive place. The material gives examples like doing chores without being asked, just pitching in, or really listening when someone needs to talk through a problem, being supportive during tough times.
It also mentions helping parents with tasks, looking after younger siblings, assisting older relatives.
Yeah, these fundamental, everyday acts of care within the family. Really meaningful stuff.
Okay, moving out from family, what about helping friends?
Friends are obviously vital. Helping them strengthens those relationships. It's about mutual support.
So being there to talk, offering support when they're down, maybe sharing things, helping with studies.
Yeah, just being present and supportive in good times and bad. It builds that reliable, strong friendship.
What about people we don't know? Helping strangers.
The material encourages this. It says you don't need a connection to help someone. Even small acts of kindness to strangers matter.
What kind of small acts?
Oh, simple things. Giving directions as someone looks lost. Helping an older person with heavy bags. Picking up something someone dropped.
Things that happen every day.
Exactly. And these might seem minor, but they can really make someone's day. They show kindness exists, foster a sense of unity.
And then broadening out again, helping in the community.
Right. This is about contributing to the larger group, the place where you live.
Examples like volunteering, schools, hospitals, parks.
Yes, or cleaning up public spaces. Donating food or clothes to local charities. Participating in community programs.
Basically, getting involved to improve the shared environment and support neighbors.
And the material wraps this up by saying, a community where people help each other is a helpful community. And that kind of community tends to be happier and more successful.
It really links individual actions to collective well-being.
It does. And, circling back to Judy's feelings and that internal reward we talked about, the material really digs into the impact on the helper.
Right, the reward of helping others. It strongly repeats that the benefits aren't just for the receiver.
The helper often feels happier, more connected to the world.
And that connection ties back to learning kindness, patience, understanding.
Exactly. Engaging with others' lives, especially their difficulties, broadens our perspective, builds empathy. Witnessing or helping with struggles deepens our own empathy and gratitude. It's significant personal growth.
And it comes back to that chain of goodness idea again.
Yes, elaborating on it. Your act of helping can inspire the person you helped, or even just someone who saw it, to then help someone else. It sets off ripples.
So a single act, even small, can have an impact far beyond the initial moment.
That's the powerful suggestion. And it leads to the final point. Even tiny gestures matter. Holding a door, a kind word.
They can brighten someone's day.
And they contribute to spreading kindness overall. The more we all help, in ways big or small, the more kindness there is. And that, ultimately, makes the world better for everyone.
So as we wrap up this deep dive, let's just quickly recap. We started in that soup kitchen, understanding phrases like struggling to make ends meet, fallen on hard times, and terms like less fortunate or needy.
Then we looked at the action, pitching in, being generous, aiming to make a difference.
Then the big why. Happiness, relationships, a better world, personal growth, that cycle of goodness.
And finally, the practical ways. Helping family, friends, strangers, the community.
It's really clear that helping isn't some abstract thing. It's woven into daily life, language, relationships. It applies to all of us as both givers and receivers at different times.
Absolutely. This isn't just theoretical. It relates directly to your life, your interactions, your community.
So here's a final thought for you to maybe mull over, drawing from what we've discussed. If helping others actually teaches us patience and understanding, how might actively looking for opportunities to help, even small ones, actually change your perspective on the world and the people around you?
That's a great question to ponder. How could making that conscious effort to help, maybe just by listening or offering a kind word, not only benefit someone else, but also foster more empathy and gratitude within yourself?
Something to think about. Keep an eye out for those chances to pitch in and see what positive ripples you might start.